Dear learners, welcome you all to e-learning platform. Now you have reached week 6. In this week you will learn critical appreciation of Riders to the Sea by J.N. Synge. Me, Faisal Ahmed, with you throughout this lecture from the beginning to the end. Faculty member, Department of English, World University of Bangladesh. Let's begin. Critical appreciation. Riders to the Sea is short, has very little plot, and has next to no character development. Despite these characteristics, or perhaps due to them, it is a potent and absorbing work that is a hallmark of the Irish literary renaissance and one of Synge's most important contributions to drama written in the English language. The brief work features capacious, resounding themes of humanity versus nature, traditional religion versus modernity, the community versus the individual, and the particular versus the universal. Here is an image from the Riders to the Sea for illustrative purpose only. Critical appreciation continues. As part of the Irish literary renaissance, the play recreated the spirit of the Irish language in English through using Gaelic speech patterns. It also celebrates the dignity and stoicism of the people of the Aran Islands. This depiction is intended to ameliorate contemporary criticism of these people as backward and primitive. There is another illustration where the mother Moria and the family member are mourning over their dead male member of the family. Indeed, while the poverty in which Moria and her family live, together with the fact that the island seems extremely far removed from the mainland's industrialization and modernization, suggests that they are lagging behind. The universality of their sentiments and suffering elevate their archaic existence to one that is much more resonant and impactful. That suffering and sorrow are what lend themselves to the play's categorization as a tragedy, though it lacks some of the essential hallmarks of that genre, tragedy. Ralph Fleischman writes, many elements of the play remind one of the classical tragedies of antiquity. The compelling structure, the foreshadowing of the tragedy and its inevitability, the element of guilt which is not personal guilt, the stoic acceptance of fate, the great simplicity and dignity of the main characters. The characters do not possess any flaws, pride, anger, or lust that bring about tragedy. However, the tragedy lies in the implacable, insurmountable power of the sea and of fate. Type of play. Riders to the Sea, one-act play by John Millington Synge, published in 1903 and produced in 1904. Riders to the Sea is set in the Aran Islands of the west coast of Ireland and is based on a tale Synge heard there. It won critical acclaim as one of dramatic literature's greatest one-act plays. Major theme in brief. In Riders to the Sea, the community's fragile existence depends on their young man's ability to make a living from the sea. The very force of nature that often takes their leads. Because of these, Riders to the Sea is centrally concerned with past deaths and the threat of death in future. Who are the RTS or riders to the sea? Who are the riders to the sea? And why are they called so? The male members of Moria's family who went to the sea for their livelihood are called the riders to the sea. Message in Riders to the Sea conveyed by Synge. Synge here represents the sea in the manner of the classical concept of nemesis or fate. That makes human misery inevitable. The sea becomes the nemesis against whom the doomed mankind must fight, and through this fight man attains dignity. Riders to the Sea is a tragedy. It's a tragedy of fate. Keeping the above context in mind, we can find that in Riders to the Sea, Synge incorporates mostly Greek tragic vision of life. It's more a tragedy of fate than a tragedy of characters. In this play, the characters confront their downfall without any hamartia or tragic flaws. Superstition in Riders to the Sea. Believing her vision to be a supernatural omen, Moria predicts that Bartley will be lost at sea. Tragically, she is right. Superstitions play a key role in the narrative of Riders to the Sea, as they generate the mystery and suspense which add to the overall effect of the drama. Conflict in Riders to the Sea. In Synge's Riders to the Sea, there are two main conflicts present: man versus nature and man versus fate. Moria's last words in Riders to the Sea. Synge's tragic one-act play, Riders to the Sea, ends with Moria concluding, "No man at all can be living forever, no man at all can be living forever, and we must be satisfied." At this point, Moria has accepted her fate and the fates of her family members. Thank you for being with me. That's all for this lesson, the end of the lesson. Bye bye.